Hi guys! I'm Trixia Major Sena. Ngayon ay gagamitin na natin yung na-discuss natin last time tungkol sa different types of test na ginagamit sa hypothesis testing. Meron akong inihandang tatlong example. First, we use C-test 1 sample mean. Ginagamit si C-test kapag si number size is greater than or equal to 30. Example, in fast food restaurant, part-time employee receive an average salary of 2,500 per month. The manager of the fast food restaurant claims that his part-time employee earn more than this. He surveys 32 randomly selected employees and finds their average salary is 4,000 per month with a standard deviation of 1,000. Is the manager's claim correct? Test 0.05 level of significance. Para mapatunayan natin na tama ang sinasabi ni manager na more than 2,500 per month yung salary ng part-time employee niya, we will use the 7 steps. First, formulate null and alternative hypothesis. Second, decide the level of significance. Third, choose the appropriate test statistics. Fourth, establish the critical region. Fifth, compute the value of the statistical test. Sixth, decision making. And seventh, conclusion. So ngayon, pupunta na tayo sa first step, pagkuha ng null and alternative hypothesis. So natatandaan nyo, kapag null, gagamit tayo ng equal sign. So ang null natin dito is mu equals 2,500. Therefore, the part-time employee earn 2,500 per month. While yung alternative hypothesis natin, makikita na natin sa problem kung ano yung gagamitin nating sign. Meron tayo sa problem na part-time employee earn more than 2,500 per month, more than ang ginamit. So, ang gagamitin nating sign is greater than. So, ang magiging alternative hypothesis natin is mu is greater than to 2,500. Therefore, the part-time employee earn more than 2,500 per month. Step 2, our level of significance is nakikita na natin sa problems. It is 0.05. Step 3, choose the appropriate test statistic. Meron tayong tatlong appropriate test statistic. Merong one-tailed left directional test, one-tailed right directional test, and two-tailed non-directional test. Dahil ang sign natin sa alternative hypothesis is greater than, ang magiging appropriate test statistics natin dito is one-tailed right directional test. Step 4, we will find the critical region using the C table or critical value. Makikita natin dito na meron tayong one-tailed, two-tailed, and alpha 0.01 and 0.05. So, ang level of significance natin is 0.05. So, dun tayo sa 0.05 tumingin. And ang ating appropriate test statistics is one-tailed. So, dun tayo titingin. And kung ano yung katapat nilang dalawa, yun yung kukunin natin na magiging C-table natin or C-tab. So, our C-tab is 1.65. Dahil nga right directional test siya, positive ang kukunin natin. Kaya 1.65. Step 5, compute the value of the statistical test. Para makuha natin yung value ng statistical test, gagamit tayo ng formula. CCOM equals x mean minus mu all over standard deviation divide square root of n. So, given natin, si x-mean is 4,000, si mu is 2,500, si standard deviation is 1,000, and our sample size is 32. Using this formula, isasubstitute natin yung mga data dun sa formula na gagamitin natin. So, 4,000 minus 2,500 equals 1,500. 1,000 divide square root of 32 equals 176.7766953. So, 1,500 divide 176.7766953, our CCOM equals 8.49. So, pupunta naman tayo sa step 6 na kung saan titingnan natin kung marireject ba natin yung null hypothesis or ma-accept natin siya. Gagamit tayo ng critical value approach. Reject null hypothesis if C value is greater than or equal to C table or C tab. Our C value is 8.49 and our C tab is 1.65. Makikita natin na si C value is greater than kay C table. Kaya ang magiging decision natin is reject null hypothesis and accept alternative hypothesis. Therefore, our conclusion is the manager is correct because the part-time employee earn more than 2,500 per month. We are done to our first example using C-test 1 sample mean. Now, we will proceed to our second example. Sample number 2 using t-test dependent samples. Ginagamit natin si t-test kapag ang number size is less than 30. Example, a researcher wants to test the grades in math subject of third-year students in SRNHS. They have 12 students who have grades in both face-to-face and new normal learning. Is there significant difference between the grades in math subject of third-year students in SRNHS? Test 0.05 level of significance. So, makikita natin dito na meron tayong table and meron tayong nilalaman ng mga grades ng 12 students na nag-aaral sa SRNHS noong face-to-face and ngayong new normal learning or online class. Para mapatunayan natin kung meron bang difference yung dalawang variable, we will use again the 7 steps. Step 1. Formulate null and alternative hypothesis. Our null hypothesis is always equal sign. So our null hypothesis is mean before equals mean now. Therefore, there is no significant difference between the grades in math subject of third-year students in SRNHS. While our alternative hypothesis, kapag hinahanap yung difference between two variables, lagi nating gagamitin is not equal sign. So our alternative hypothesis, mean before is not equal to mean now. Therefore, there is significant difference between the grades in math subject of third-year students in SRNHS. Step 2. Decide the level of significance. Level of significance is malalaman at makikita natin sa problems. So, our level of significance is 0.05. Step 3. Choose the appropriate test statistics. So, dahil nga ang ating science alternative hypothesis is not equal, our statistical test is two-tailed non-directional test. Establish the critical region. So, ito yung illustration ng critical region ng two-tailed non-directional test. Yung 0.05 dinivide sa 2, kaya sa left side is meron tayong 0.025 and sa right side is meron tayong 0.025. Meron tayo ditong degree of freedom para makuha natin yung t-tab. So, TF equals n minus 1 yung formula. So, using this formula, our n is 12. So, 12 minus 1 equals, our degree of freedom is 11. Then, using this table, malalaman natin kung ano yung magiging t-tab natin. So, our degree of freedom is 11. Hanapin natin yung 11. Yan. Then, hanapin natin yung 0.05 sa area ng two-tailed. So, our t-tab is 2.201. Step 5, compute the value of the statistical test. Meron tayong formula na T or TCOM equals mean difference over standard deviation of difference divide square root of sample size. So, yung table natin kanina na may grades ng 12 students, hanapin natin yung difference ng bawat isa. Paano hanapin yung difference ng bawat isa? Ipag-minus natin, subtract natin yung grades nila before and yung grades nila ngayong online class. So, 90 minus 90 equals 0, 92 minus 89 equals 3, 88 minus 87 equals 1, 88 minus 86 equals 2, 85 minus 84 equals 1, 91 minus 90 equals 1, 89 minus 86 equals 3, 90 minus 88 equals 2, 87 minus 85 equals 2, 85 minus 85 equals 0, and 87 minus 84 equals 3, and 92 minus 90 equals 2. So, our difference is, total siya sa 20. So, para makuha natin si mean difference, pag-a-add lang natin yung difference na nakuha natin, then i-divide natin siya sa sample size or sa 12. So, our mean difference is 1.67. And para naman makuha si standard deviation of difference, we will use this formula. So, substitute lang natin yung mga hinahanap na data. Ang makukuha natin sa standard deviation of difference is 1.07. So, gagawin natin ngayon is isa-substitute na natin yung mga nakuha nating data sa ating main formula. So, 1.67 over 1.07 divide square root of 12 equals 5.41. So, our TCOM is 5.41. Step 6, decision making. Dito na natin malalaman if i-reject pa natin si null hypothesis or i-accept. So, our TCOM is 5.14 and our T-tab is 2.201. So, reject null hypothesis if TCOM is greater than or equal T-tab. So, makikita natin na si TCOM is 5.41 and si T-tab is 2.201. So, si 5.14 is greater than 2.201. So, our decision is reject null hypothesis and accept alternative hypothesis. Therefore, our conclusion is there is significant difference between the grades in math subject of third-year students in SRNHS. We are done to our example number 2. Now, we will proceed to our last example. Sa last example natin, we will use the PEARSON'S R. Ginagamit ang PEARSON'S R kapag hinahanap yung relationship ng dalawang variables. Example, to test if the study hours and scores in math exam are related. Researchers collected the study hours and scores in exam of 10 individuals shown below. Are they related? Use alpha 0.05. So, makikita natin dito yung tables na makikita natin yung study hours ng bawat isa and yung score nila sa exams. So, para mapatunayan kung may relationship ba yung dalawang variables, we will use again the 7 steps. First step, Formulate null and alternative hypothesis. Sa null hypothesis, lagi lang tatandaan na equal sign. So, our null hypothesis is P equals 0. Therefore, there is no significant relationship between the study hours and exams score of the students. While our alternative hypothesis, kapag hinahanap yung relationship ng dalawang variables, ang gagamitin nating sign is not equal. So, our alternative hypothesis is P is not equal to 0. Therefore, there is significant relationship between the study hours and exam score of the students. Step 2. Decide the level of significance. Level of significance and alpha is the same. So, our level of significance is 0.05. Step 3. Choose the appropriate test statistics. So, sabi ko nga kanina, sa pangalawang example natin, na kapag yung sign ng alternative hypothesis is not equal, our statistics test is two-tailed non-directional test. Step 4. Establish the critical region. Dito, gagamit tayo ng degree of freedom. Pero yung formula niya is df equals n minus 2. So, ating n is 10 kasi yun yung kinuhanan natin ng data. So, 10 minus 2, our degree of freedom is 8. Para malaman natin yung t-tab, gagamit tayo ng table. Hanapin natin dito kung nasaan si 8. Then, hanapin natin yung two-tailed 0.05. Yan. So, ang ating t-tab is 0.632. Step 5. Compute the value of the statistical test. Using this formula. Using the formula of PEARSON'S. Yan. Ang gagawin natin is hahanapin natin yung mga data na hinahanap sa formula. Di ba kanina, 3 column lang yung meron tayo sa box. Ngayon, naging 6 na dahil hinanap na nga natin yung xy, yung x square and y square. Kaya yung sum ng xy is 1,399, sum ng x square is 145, yung sum naman ng y square is 14,686. So, yung formula natin is yan. So, kung titignan natin, lahat ng hinahanap dyan is nakuha na natin dito sa table. Kaya ngayon, ang gagawin natin is substitute natin yung mga data na hinahanap. So, 10 times 1,399 minus 35 times 380 over square root of 10 times 145 minus 35 square times 10 times 14,686 minus 380 square. So, kukumputin na natin siya. 10 times 1,399 equals 13,990 minus 35 times 380 equals 13,300. Minus din natin yung nasa baba. 10 times 145 minus 35 square is 225. Sa kabila is 10 times 14,686 minus 380 square is equals to 2,460. So, i-compute ulit natin sila. 13,990 minus 13,300 equals 690. Square root of 225 times 2,460 equals 743.9758061. Para makuha natin si R or si TCOM is 690 divide 743.9758061 equals 0.98. So, ang ating R is 0.98 or ang ating TCOM. Step 6. Decision making. Dito na nga natin malalaman kung i-reject ba natin si null hypothesis or i-accept natin siya. Si TCOM is equal to 0.93 and si TTAB equal siya sa 0.632. So, we will reject null hypothesis if TCOM is greater than or equal to TTAB. So, kung mapapansin nyo, si TCOM is 0.93 and si TTAB is 0.632. So, makikita natin na si 0.93 is greater than to 0.632. Kaya, ang decision natin is reject null hypothesis and accept alternative hypothesis. Therefore, our conclusion, there is significant relationship between the study hours and exams score of the students. So, we are done using different types of tests na ginagamit natin sa hypothesis testing. In summary, C-test, ginagamit natin siya if si sample size or number size is greater than or equal 30. Si T-test, ginagamit natin siya if sample size or number size is less than 30. And si Pearson's R, ginagamit natin siya if hinahanap natin kung may relationship ba sa isa't isa yung dalawang variables. Thank you for listening. God bless.